Hey, everybody. Welcome to the No Distance Podcast, where it's all about seeking the Lord who isn't far from any one of us. I am your co host, Michael Pulliam.
And my name is Brittany Pulliam, and together we co-chair the Young Adults Ministry at Christ Temple Apostolic Faith Church in Chicago, Illinois.
Yes.
On today's episode, we're going to be talking about
No.
Today we're going to be talking about the power of one of the shortest words in the English dictionary, English vocabulary, and that is no.
Yes, ma'am. No.
And of course, he answers me with yes. That was correct. That was absolutely correct. All right. So, quick icebreaker question. Can you think of a song that has the word no in it?
Nobody greater.
Okay.
That's nobody. I'm sorry. That's
Nope.
totally.
Yeah, you're right. Nobody. That's a
Yeah.
yeah. Try again.
It's an old song, but no, never alone.
That is an old song.
Yeah, I'm sorry. My nose.
That's cool. At least your no is in church. My no is secular. My no is from TV. My no is from a WTTW PBS Kids show, I think, called, I cannot remember it. The Clown Girl. What was her name? And the little clown, Molly. Molly was a doll. Big Comfy Couch. I don't remember the girl's name. If y'all remember the girl's name, y'all help somebody out. But from the Big Comfy Couch, and she was teaching her doll Molly about no, and the song was basically no means no, no means no, no means no means no means no means no. No means no. And it was like the never ending song. But that's what I think about coming into the discussion topic for today.
Mm-hmm.
Is no means no. Now, this is where it gets kind of interesting because it's like, all right, how is God not far from no?
Hey, you looking at me now? Okay.
I am looking at you, but you don't have to figure it out necessarily.
Well, I had an answer though.
Okay, well, give us your answer.
Because for those who live the Christian lifestyle, there's a lot of things we have to say no to. So there's God definitely wants us and tells us to say no to certain things. I mean, if you think about the 10 Commandments, there's a lot of no's in those.
Yeah.
It might seem like he says, what's the one? Do not steal. That's just like no stealing in short. Just don't do it.
When you want to steal, tell yourself no.
No.
Yeah, that's kind of how half the commandments go. At least half of them.
I could switch around a lot of them, like honor thy mother and thy father, which just basically means no disrespect to your parents. And like I'm just throwing.
It's true. It is true. There are a lot of. I'm not gonna say there are a lot of ways, but there is a way to switch saying no to saying yes, or switching yes to saying no.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm really excited about this topic because it comes up a lot. There's a situation in my life right now where I'm gonna say me. I'm gonna use me. It's more than one of us, but I'm gonna say me. So there's a situation in my life right now where I really want to say no.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like every time I want to say no, I'm not saying no exactly. Kind of like beating around the bush of saying no. It's kind of like, can you let somebody else do it? Or they're like, can you do this? Well, can you let somebody else do it? Not saying no, I won't do it, or no, I can't do it. Just say, well, have you considered your other servants, right?
Like the way my checking and
my savings account. My checking,
takes 3 days.
Yeah, so
it's not saying no, I can't do it.
It's just saying like,
well, I
you might want to find another way.
But if I'm pressured into doing it, I'll do it. But I really can't do it.
Precisely. So then let's narrow this down, because when you talk about saying no, you could be talking about so many things, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we don't have a whole lot of time.
Okay.
So let's specifically keep it to when somebody asks you to do something and you want to say no, or you probably need to say no.
Okay.
Why is it hard for us to say no?
Well, at least for Christians, I'm going to say this for us. We don't like to not help people out. Plain and simple.
That's mostly a you thing.
Oh.
He's a good Christian, y'all. My husband is a good Christian. he's the one who's like, I really hate it if I can't help you out. So I understand you are speaking from a very personal place right now.
Oh, okay.
And that is okay. But I mean, just in general, why is it hard for young adults to say no? Why is it hard to say no to our friends, no to our family, no to our parents, no to our employers, no to our coworkers? Like,
we hate disappointment.
Is that what it is?
We hate, with audacity, we hate disappointment, because I think in our generation, not that we had a lot of disappointment, but a lot of stuff is put on our shoulders for some reason. From, mom and dad. Now, it depends on what kind of upbringing you had. Like mom and dad saying, I want you to do better than me. You can do great. You can be a doctor. You can this and this, all that pressure on you. And then when you drop the ball on something, you feel like you let, not just yourself down, but like the whole entire community, excuse me, the whole entire community that you live in. So it's a lot about fear of, letting people down, basically.
Letting people down. And I suppose that's also, you got to put it together with the fact that when we've been getting like all of the pressure from society, we'll just say society in general, putting the pressure on us to perform a certain kind of way. The flip side of that is we got a lot of praise.
Yeah.
And probably some unmerited praise. Like, I was at Subway today and I appreciate, God bless this woman, but she was like, girl, your hair is so beautiful. And y'all, it's in the jankiest ponytail right now. Still, it's cute or whatever, but I'm like, man, if you had, in the last episode, my hair was whipped like I was doing it. And today it's like, I was like, I'm so glad we got headphones. But no, like, we get a lot of praise. And it's not necessarily that we deserved it, but it was kind of, we got praise to encourage us.
Yeah.
To keep the burden on us to perform. And so it does make it hard for us to say no. And I'm sure everybody can think about someone, like everybody knows somebody who will take on more than they can actually handle because they don't want to feel like they're letting somebody down or letting themselves down, that they're not performing to their maximum capacity, But that's kind of where I wanted to focus a little bit, is like not just your maximum capacity, but especially when somebody else is asking us to do things, it's really important to understand like why they're asking us to do something is not to prove our capability.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Are you with me?
Yeah.
If somebody asks you to mow the lawn, they're really not asking you to prove that you can mow the lawn and you can do it well. Mm-hmm. If someone at your job asks you, can you take on another project? They're really not, okay, your boss might, let me not say that. But their number one concern really shouldn't be about proving your capacity and proving your ability. Mm-hmm. That's not it. It's really not it. What we lose sight of is that when people ask us to do things, what they're really looking for is the thing to get done.
Yep.
Whatever it is they're asking us for, they're looking for the thing to get done, not for us to prove something about ourselves. Like it's really like a very egocentric kind of way of looking at it. Is like they ask me because I need to prove this. I need to prove this about me. Like, no, really, they want the thing to get done.
Yep, 100%.
So let us empower you. Help me slow down. If what they're asking you to do is because they want the thing done, you saying yes and you can't or won't do it is actually doing more harm to them than good.
Yep.
Because you're not helping them like realize whatever end goal they're trying to realize. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Y'all with me so far?
Yes, ma'am.
You want to interject here?
All I was going to say is that something something your mom said, and this could go with saying yes or no a whole lot too. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you remember the story about the fruits and vegetables getting all taken by somebody.
No,
Bishop Cass story about the fruits and vegetables.
The person who went shopping in his bag.
Yeah.
Oh, tell the story, because I'm like the fruits and vegetables.
Well, you heard it more than I. You could probably tell it better.
Probably not.
Oh,
because I didn't even know what you're talking about. Go ahead, try.
Well,
I believe
there's
in you.
this one bishop that told a story about him buying some fruits and vegetables from what's called like the Eastern market or the fruit market. And so he bought them and brought them to work. And somebody asked him, could he have some of his fruit stuff? And he says, yeah, go ahead and help yourself. So the gentleman leaves, comes back with a bag, and literally starts shopping in the groceries that the bishop had bought. And so it was like, man, what you doing? He said, well, you shouldn't have said help yourself. So I'm helping myself to whatever I want. So just saying, be careful what you say. He said yes and no's have like you said, a lot of power. So if you're saying yes, you're committing to something that you would do, and that means you're committing to it on time, right way, and especially the way they want it. That's all what goes into saying yes to somebody.
And that's even something that I'm learning in some of our business ventures is like, we'll say yes to a project, right? And not know what the end is that some of the customers are looking for.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, okay, never again will we do that. But like knowing, and sometimes it really helps you to give an informed no. If you ask the person, okay, what is it that you're actually trying to do? What is it that you're trying to get accomplished? And then from there, if you're not the answer, if you're able to, you can tell them the better alternative or another, like, give them an alternative, give them an option. Like, I can't do it, but I know so-and-so didn't seem very busy, or they were just mentioning that they were kind of interested. Maybe see if they can do it.
Right.
And never give away somebody else's availability. Don't say, I know for sure somebody's not busy. Ask them. Never do that. That puts them at a disadvantage. Don't do that. That's disrespectful. But yeah, you can give them options. But just remember, like, they're not looking for you to prove yourself. Be empowered to say no. They're looking for their end goal to be met. And if it's the end goal that they're looking to be met, then there's a little less pressure on you. Now, I
only know of like one person, or like I said, I only know God doing stuff like you say no to him, like he like, no, you going to do it. And like, well, I'm not capable.
Oh yeah,
of it,
just
but
put you in there. And it's like,
but I can't talk.
Can anybody say Jonah? Jonah was like, no, I am not going to Nineveh. I am going to Tarshish. And God was like, no, you are not going to Tarshish. You going in the belly of the fish.
That's the only time a no won't work. Like, you say no to God, it's like, oh, really?
Yeah.
You gonna say no to me? Okay. Got you.
Precisely. Now, of course, when we talk about scripture, there's one big scripture that everybody kind of reaches for when we talk about yeses and nos. And that is when Jesus said, let your yes be yes and let your no be no. Plain and simple. Of course, the context of that, he was talking about cussing and like adding, like using like swearing to add fervency to your yes and no. And he was saying, listen, it does not need to be all that. Your word ought to be yes, no, and it mean that. And the people you're talking to should know that that's what you mean.
Yep.
And that's it. But there's actually another story that Jesus told that really gets at this. It's a parable, and I'm going to paraphrase. Man owns a vineyard. He has 2 sons. He goes to the first son. He says, I need you to go and work in my vineyard today. And the son says, I'm not going. But then the son later changes his mind and he goes. Father goes to the second son, says, I need you to go work in my vineyard today. The son says, sure, yeah, I'll go, and never goes. Isn't that something? I don't remember what the point of that story was. I don't. But listen, even though the first son repented and changed his mind, his response was honest. He had the more honest response. Sometimes, no, it's about honesty.
Yep.
You've got to be honest. Be empowered to say no if no is the honest answer. If no, I really don't have time. No, I'm not interested in doing this. I can't tell you guys, like I low-key kind of wish everybody would spend a couple of days actually attempting network marketing, because you begin to appreciate people just saying no.
Yeah.
Like, do not waste my time with a yes, with a maybe later. I do not want that. I want a yes to be yes or a no to be no. You're shaking my microphone.
I forgot. Yep. I have to buy another one of these.
I'm going to tape mine down next episode.
Let's get one of these bad boys right here.
But be honest. This is what no needs to be. It needs to be honest. And do not try to prove yourself and prove your capabilities, because that's not what people are looking for from you. They're looking for their ends to be met. If their end to be met is to frustrate you, or their end to be met is to work you so hard that you quit your job, or to run you out of the family, or to make sure you never come to another event, that's something different. But for the most part, in a lot of cases, when someone's asking you to do something or be somewhere, the honest answer is the best answer.
No.
And if the honest answer is no, say no.
Now, I'll say this. I think we should both do this. What's the easiest thing for you to say no to? What's the easiest thing for you to say no to?
The easiest thing for me to say no to. That I actually have to say no to? Or no?
What's it actually?
Okay, I could say it's easy for me to say no to drugs and smoking.
Oh, okay. No. So
But like nobody offers that to me, because
no,
they look at me and they're like, yeah, you're not the one.
No, not that.
Easiest thing for me to say no to. Y'all, I'm stumped. I know it's got to be something. I say no a lot in my imagination. I really do. In a lot of hypothetical situations, I go off on people. I don't know. What's the easiest thing for you to say no to?
When I have to drive out of my way in a different direction, I
Yeah.
could easily say no. I'd be having a hard time. Like, you go where to? What? Is that west? That's north.
No.
Is that northwest? Not even northwest. And gas is what? Nah.
And it's how late at night? No. You have to find another option. I don't know what's easy for me to say no to. I think as we age and the more experience we have, we start to learn ourselves. And I think it kind of comes with time what'll be easy for us to say no to.
I got one for you.
Don't embarrass me.
Do you want a cup of coffee?
Absolutely not. I don't. I drink coffee sometimes. Nah, that's the easy one for me to say no to. Sometimes I do drink coffee, but not very often. This is why everybody should have a friend, at least a friend. Because this question was going to go unanswered. Yeah, I don't like coffee. It's not hard for me to say no to coffee. It's not that hard for me to say no to certain sweets either.
Mm-hmm.
Off and on. But yeah.
Want to watch Cherry Potter?
Nope. Want to see Nope? Nope.
What about Get Out?
Nope. I don't do scary movies either.
That's really a thriller. It's not even that scary.
I don't care what it is. I don't want to see it. But I think we're done here, dear. I really do. I think we got to the meat of the message, and it's after 7. I'm ready to go to worship in the Word.
Okay, well, let's close it out. Hey, everybody. Just saying,
No,
hey
is like greeting someone.
Yeah, I'm greeting them again.
Don't greet them again.
Oh.
They've been here the whole time.
Well, since you've been here the whole time, just trying to tell you, it's good to say no at the appropriate times. And when you know you can't do something. If it's really not in your power and you really, let's just say, not even equipped or experienced in said thing, just say no. It's easier. It's less stress for both parties. And you don't make yourself look like a dummy in the end. Any last words from you?
I said my last words 10 minutes ago.
Okay. All right.
All right. So if you guys want more information about this podcast, how you can reach out to us, or I forget the other thing that we usually say.
Like, subscribe.
No,
share.
that's not it.
Oh, my bad.
Wrong sentence. if, write the right sentence.
Mm-hmm.
All right. If you guys want more information about this podcast.
Instagram.
Oh, no. That's not it. I'm trying to get around to telling them how they can reach us or why they can reach us. That's why I'm saying if you guys want more information about the podcast.
Okay.
All right. For more information about this podcast or how you can become a supporter, reach out to us on Instagram at No Distance Podcast. You can also find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. And we're asking that you guys share, text somebody the link to the podcast. Don't hit the share button and just post it randomly on social media, but actually text somebody, especially if they need to say no. They really need to say no to that person trying to get their phone number, or they really need to say no to that person trying to get them to take them back. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Send them this episode. Tell them say no. So like, share, subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next episode. Thank you all.
Thank you all.
Adios.